Here we go. So today we are going to look at Facebook ads. I'm going to show you guys a couple of different ones. I am going to move fairly quickly so that we can cover different types of ads that we can run. This will be recorded and put up on YouTube later today. So the first thing we're going to do is navigate to agent.kw.com, and we are going to make sure that we already have a Facebook business page set up and that that connection is made in Command, drop down, settings, two places to connect Facebook. One is for free social media posting. It is at the top. It says post scheduling. The second is further down and it says ads manager. So you have to have both of those connected in order to run Facebook ads. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that I noted that. And we are going to make sure that we have a smart plan in place before we run ads. Because if we get bombarded with leads, we want to be able to automatically connect with them in the easiest way possible. So one of those smart plans you can use and customize to yourself. Go to Smart Plans, Library, come down to these top rated plans, and Marty Miller's Facebook Lead Follow-Up Smart Plan is here. You can click Add Smart Plan to add it to your smart plans. And now that does take some customization, so I'll show you this one. So depending upon what we are running our ad for is going to depend on what some of these texts say. But the cool thing is this is already laid out for you. It's got several days worth of 26 days to be exact. So we are looking at day 1 is a text, right? And it says, hey, contact first name. Thanks for clicking on the home in Winston-Salem I recently posted on Facebook. This is Monica with Keller Williams. Did you have any questions in case you're like me and occasionally forget what you clicked on? Let me know and I'll send you the direct link to the home that you clicked on so you can check it out again. So this would be great if you're running a single listing Facebook ad, right? But if you're going to run some of the other ones that I'm going to show you today, you could leave the thanks for clicking on the ad that I ran, or the ad that was talking about homes in Buena Vista or recently reduced homes or homes near Whitaker Elementary School. Whatever ad you ran, just customize the text to fit the ad, right? And so you don't have to recreate it every time. What you do, I'm going to go back a step. Maybe my internet will catch up with me. Like this one, for example, was for the 27104 zip code, right? But if now I'm going to run one for a neighborhood, I can actually click the 3 dots, make a copy, and say that this is my Buena Vista Facebook ad. Because I'm going to show you guys how to run a neighborhood-centric Facebook ad later today, and so we can apply that. It's going to keep all those steps in place, and then we would just come into our pencil and say, hey, contact first name, thanks for clicking on the neighborhood in Winston-Salem that I recently posted on Facebook. This is Monica with Keller Williams. Do you have any questions? In case you forget what you clicked on, let me know, and I'll send you a direct link to the neighborhood you clicked on so you can check it out again, right? And you would scroll down a little bit further, and it's going to tell you to call them, delay, and send them another text. Hey again, it's Monica with KW. I realize it might be difficult to view homes in person, so I'd be happy to do a FaceTime call with you or send you a quick video of any home in which you are interested. Right, so you can see, you can just kind of come through and customize these out. In fact, you can actually request a live video showing on any property you're interested in straight from your consumer app. Here's my link to download that. That's where your link would go, except for Daryl because it's not linking to him, but we're going to figure that out. And so that's how that would work. And you would go through and customize it a little bit further, right? You can see, and the whole point of these follow-ups, internet leads are internet leads, okay? For a single listing Facebook ad, you're probably going to convert 1 out of 100 leads, right? So you don't want to spend an exorbitant amount of your time actually reaching out to them. So you put these smart plans in place that go on for all those days. And then if they get in touch with you, you turn it off. It's essentially made to annoy them until they answer you or tell you to buzz off, right?
Hey, Mom,
Yes.
if they can they opt out like of the text and type in stop, then do you have to go in and manually stop it?
No, the text just won't send to them, but the email still would unless they unsubscribe from the email.
So it automatically has that in the smart plan to stop it.
Yeah, it will just stop the text. The text just won't fire if they've opted out.
Okay, great.
Right. Okay, so we're not going to go too far into smart plans because that's another class, right? But you want to have a follow-up plan in place before you run an ad. Okay, so now we're going to run down to campaigns. And I'm going to show you the single listing Facebook ad. This is going to give you the most leads for the least amount of money. Okay. Now, again, 1 out of 100 conversion rate, right? That could be the first one. So then you spend $25 is what I usually recommend that you spend on your Facebook ads. If you get one deal on average in the Winston-Salem Market Center, that is $6,000 of commission. I will spend $25 or $100 because if it's 1 out of every 100 and you get 25 leads for $25, then I'd spend $100 to make $6,000. And I'm sure that you guys would too, right? So we have to think about it that way. And the fact that we're building out our database, because this is going to automatically capture those people's contact, right? And yes, there's going to be some people that fudge their contact information and put something snarky in there or offensive sometimes. You can see some funny ones in some of the Facebook pages. Who cares? Number next, right? We're just building that funnel of people so that we can get the people out at the bottom, right? So keep that in mind when you're running these ads. I don't recommend running $50 or $100 ads right now. Test the waters, see what you get running these ads, okay? So first step, if you don't have a listing and you want to run one of these single property listing ads, ask somebody to borrow their listing. And more than likely, they're going to say, you absolutely can use my listing. So I'm going to pop in here to the MLS and go to our office's listings. I'm going to do it by city so I can find something close to me. Look down here in Winston-Salem. See what I can find that I like. Thurston, Shetland, Old Greensboro, and
the appointments at that house.
Ready? Let me find a listing. That's pretty. So just find something that you like. I'll find one eventually. Got a lot of land listings right now. Let's sell that one. $1.6 million. All right, so say we want to do this one. Delta Drive, okay?
I got one I want to do for real. So if you get to that point.
What is it, Angel?
3517 Donegal to list. Is that what you're saying? To advertise?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Donna?
Donegal. We're doing open house this weekend on it.
Did you get that?
Woo, suits cute. Yes, we'll take it. All
Okay,
right. I'm going to copy this MLS number.
I'll give you my credit card or PayPal or whatever we need.
I'll help you do it in your own, honey, because I don't want to get your leads. All right. So we've got our listing that we're going to advertise, right? So now we are going to go to our campaigns and we are going to create a new campaign, do a social ad paid.
Kids.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. What? Okay, what?
And we are going to name our campaign 3517. Okay, we're advertising a listing. These buttons do a few things to like what's auto-populating, but the main thing that we're doing is teaching the system when I advertise a listing, I get this many leads. When I advertise multiple listings, I get this many leads, right? So you're kind of teaching the artificial intelligence what you're getting from each ad. And I'm just going to run this one on Facebook. On Facebook, you're going to get more leads for less money. On Instagram, you're going to get more impressions for less money. Instagram's better for building your brand. Facebook better for getting the leads. Twitter, I don't have a lot of data on it. I mean, you could definitely run it there. I don't have Twitter connected, so I can't check it. But for this purpose, we're just going to use Facebook, and I'm going to set up the campaign. It's going to take me into my campaign builder. And here's where I need to pull in that MLS number. It is not actually my listing, so I need to change where it says only my listings to all listings. And I'm going to pop in Angel's lovely listing MLS number. Click search. And there she is. So I'm going to click select. It's going to automatically pick that front cover photo. It's pulling in Angel's listing comments from the MLS. And I'm going to give it a headline, welcome home, right? Description, try this. You could be coming home to this. They say to try this because they've tried it and it worked. You can write whatever you want in there. You can also click shuffle, schedule a private tour with me today, shuffle, view photos and videos of this home, shuffle, right? Or you can write whatever you want. So I'm just going to say view photos and videos of this home and click use suggestion. You can see it's populating over here on the right, everything that I'm doing over here on the left. I'm going to click save ad text, looking for those green check marks. I can configure ad media if I want to. If I wanted to change the picture, do multiple pictures. I find the more simple you keep it, the better. Single front exterior is fine. A single photo of a kitchen is fine. Now again, less cost per lead, more leads, more tire kickers. Ooh, that's a cute house. I want to see the inside of it. So then they're clicking on it. It's capturing their data. They really don't want to buy. So you're going to get some of those, but that doesn't mean they don't want to buy next year. So let them come into your system, right?
Make it all squishy like that on that image. Does it turn it into a square squishy like that?
No, it looks like it does over here on the right.
On the right side, that's what the post will look like.
Okay, I gotcha.
Okay. I'm going to include my ownership statement. I'm going to save my ad media. Check. Now I'm down to my Facebook ad. I'm going to configure it. If you have more than one page, you can select only one for an ad. So if you have more than one business page, you can only pick one. I'm going to pick that one. We want to use the Facebook lead generation form. And we want to make sure that our call to action button does something that we say we're doing. In this instance, I'm going to keep it on learn more. And then where it's asking for a follow-up destination URL, I'm going to open up my website. I'm going to look up that same property. There it is. And this is going to be my follow-up destination URL. Because what did I tell them they could do? Learn more. What else had I told them they could do? View pictures of the home. So if this is where they go after they click through your ad, then you're doing what you said. You're giving them more information on the property because it's taking them here. Something valuable you could take from this page and insert into your ad is Keller Mortgage. Save up to $4,100 on a home loan. That is based off of this price point, okay? So back in our ad, we could actually say, back up here in our ad text, save up to $4,100 with Keller Mortgage. People like saving $4,100, right? Or you could even put that in the headline if you wanted to, okay? So again, we're using this URL up here. We're going to copy it to our clipboard, come back to our ad, and it is going to go in our follow-up destination URL. The reason we want to use the Facebook lead generation form is because it's not going to take them out of the Facebook ecosystem. You know how when you click on something and it says, this is going to take you to a new site, and you always go, I don't want to do that. And you hit the button and you stop it. This won't do that, right? So that's why we want to use that, and it brings in that data into our command database. So this piece is done, and we want to complete our ad targeting, okay? I'm going to use custom settings by toggling on that button. I want to be within whatever radius. 15 is the lowest you can go of Clemens, North Carolina. Or if I wanted to run this ad in up north somewhere, a lot of people up north want to move down south to be warmer. And they're like, holy moly, I can get that big, beautiful house for that price. That's insane. So you might want to run this up there somewhere, right? You can definitely do that. When we're adding interests, we have to add my arch enemy Zillow, because if they're looking at Zillow, they're looking at houses. So we want to add that. We want to add realtor.com, because if they're looking there, they're looking at houses. And you can go with a lot of different stuff here. To get some higher quality leads, you might want to target people that are interested in luxury. There we go, luxury vehicles, luxury properties, finance, right? Personal finance. Because if you think about it, people that are higher paid and more are usually more intentional about their time. So they're going to click on ads less frequently unless they're actually interested. They're not going to waste their time to click through on it, right? So kind of come at it from that point of view. I'm going to go ahead and check those off and use those for now. I could narrow my audience down further if I wanted to, but I'm good with this, and I'm going to save the Facebook ad. Duration and budget. Again, I usually recommend doing 25 bucks for 10 days. Okay, 25 bucks for 10 days. Save duration and budget. We have check marks all the way down. Our ad preview is over here on the right-hand side, and it's telling us a little bit about the house. Save some money with Keller Mortgage. Welcome home, view photos and videos, blah, 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 blah. Publish the campaign, enter your credit card. Off goes your ad. Takes them usually a day to approve the ad, right? And so this is how you can do a single property Facebook ad. More leads, less cost per lead. Everybody feel confident in the single property, right? And you can ask other people to borrow their listings, because if they don't run Facebook ads, they're like, heck yeah, I want you to advertise my listing because I want you to bring me a buyer, right?
You guys can all practice on this one.
There you go. I think Angel just just told you to use her listing. So there we go. So we can just save that one as a draft. Now, we're going to talk about some other ads that you can run without a listing. And the first of those I got from the wonderful Nick Baldwin. He's so smart. And I loved this idea, so I'm going to show it to you guys. We're going to go back over into our websites, okay? This one is going to cost more money and give you less leads. However, historically proven to give you higher quality leads, okay? Not going to get bombarded with leads, and I can't make guarantees, obviously. And statistics have shown that it's higher quality leads, less tire kickers, right? Because anybody who sees a pretty house is going to want to click it to see inside of it, right? Okay. So this is going to be a more neighborhood or town-centric type ad. So you could do one for Clemens, like where Angel's listing is, or for this example, I'm going to show you Buena Vista, which is here in Winston-Salem. So I can go to my website and look up Buena Vista and Winston-Salem search. Okay. There's the neighborhood. I can click on it. I scrolled out so you guys couldn't see it as well. My bad.
I have a dumb question. You keep going to your website. So is that going to be, Buena Vista is going to show up on everybody's when they say
Yes,
Buena Vista?
Yep.
Okay.
If you search for it, you can search for cities, zip codes, landmarks, neighborhoods. And so I'll show you what this does. You see this pretty picture here. It's showing you the Buena Vista neighborhood and the listings that are in it. And over here on the right, average days on market, average home price, average price per square foot, explore neighborhood. So this is actually a landing page on your agent website for Buena Vista. Okay. So I don't know how everyone's screenshots work on their computers, but I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And then I'm just going to open it up and crop it out into a square. After it loads, of course. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to crop this out into a square. My zoom bar keeps getting in the way. I'm going to use, come on, aspect ratio square. Macs work different than PCs, than, you know, all the things. Boom. Get it right front and center. Save. So now I have a picture that I'm going to use in my ad. What do those price tags look like? Big. Think tire kickers are going to want to just click on that. They're like, $1 million, I can't afford that, right? So that's one of the ways that it heads that off, okay? Now, we're going to go in and create our ad essentially the same way. Teal button in the upper right-hand corner, create a new campaign, social ad paid, Buena Vista. Yes, it's Buena Vista when you live in Winston-Salem. Isn't that right, Angel? It's not Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
Buena Vista. All right. So at this point, we're kind of, it doesn't really matter. We're attracting buyers. We can use that. We're going to do Facebook, set up campaign. Okay. Now, this time we're not going to add a listing because we're not specifically doing a listing, right? So main copy, Premier Winston-Salem neighborhood. Sought after school district, historic homes, close proximity to downtown, to everything downtown has to offer. right? Fluff it up. Why is this neighborhood great? Right? Welcome home to Buena Vista. Winston, Salem. Okay. See the homes Buena Vista has to offer. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Fluffy. Make it sound pretty and wonderful. Cool? Save add text. Add media. We're going to select media for this campaign. We're going to add images. We're going to upload it because I saved it to my computer. It's in my screenshots. Boom. Okay. Preview and crop image. We're going to make it a square. Save. Okay. Premier Winston-Salem neighborhood, sought after school district, historic homes, close proximity to everything downtown has to offer. They can see the prices. Okay. So that's going to keep away a lot of tire kickers, right? So that's something to consider. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to configure our Facebook ad again, pick our page. If we have multiple, Facebook lead generation form, learn more, sign up or apply now, sticking with learn more, follow up destination URL. Back on our site, we went to the page for Buena Vista. They can see what the average home price is, what are locals saying, walkability score, explore the neighborhood, market snapshot, right? So they can look at all the stuff, nearby schools, Yelp reviews of nearby restaurants, nightlife, cafes, shopping, arts, and entertainment. So we're doing what we promised. We're showing them more information about the neighborhood, 30 homes for sale nearby, neighborhoods that are nearby, a way to contact me at the bottom. Okay. Take that link. That is my follow-up destination URL. I'm going to pop it right there. That part's done. Okay. Custom settings. Want to be within however many miles of Winston-Salem, or again, you can think, should I run this up north? Should I run this place or that place? One way you can determine where you might want to do that is by, I'm just going to open another command window. Remember, I told you you can have multiple command windows open, and I often do.
Was Yelp on your page? What was that?
Yeah, Yelp, we have a partnership with Yelp to be on our websites. So as you scroll down the screen of a listing or a neighborhood in our websites, it's connected to Yelp to show them what's nearby.
Clearly, I have never been to the website.
So in our referrals over here on the left, check this out, map. I have to search for my map, Winston-Salem. Kind of have to do it twice. It's weird sometimes, but that's okay. I digress. So there's Winston-Salem in the center of my screen. And I can do this little drop down here and go to referral patterns. Ooh, I don't have to do it twice anymore. So this is showing you, woo, I'm going to go the other way. All the people that have moved from Winston-Salem out. And where did they go? Reverse. Where do people come in from? Right? So these are people coming into Winston-Salem from other places. Maryland, Washington, Texas, Florida, right? So you can keep track of this and see where people are coming from. And maybe you might want to run your ad there, right? So that's a little tip that you could do. But for the purposes of this, a lot of people that live here want to live in this neighborhood. So I'm going to leave it 15 miles around Winston-Salem. Now we're really going to want to up this. I mean, check out the prices of that neighborhood, right? Even if you did Old Sherwood Forest or I don't know, Brookberry. Brookberry is another popular neighborhood that's expensive. You want to add in those luxury interest, right? Still got to do Zillow. Who has seen the Zillow skit on Saturday Night Live, by the way? Oh my gosh, y'all have to watch it. I was dying. It is so funny. If you haven't watched it, look for it on YouTube. It is hilarious. And true. Realtor.com. Luxury. Vehicle. Luxury property. Finance. Yep. Right. I don't know. Home. Commute's not really a good one here in our city because it's not very long, but you get the point. You want to add in, and you can go through this whole list, right? Asset management. You want to get some higher quality people, leads, not people, because all people are high quality, you know what I mean? Dollar quality people into these expensive ads, right? So there you go. And we're going to save that. Looks good. Again, I would still only run this for 25 bucks for 10 days. Welcome home to Buena Vista in Winston-Salem, premier neighborhood, blah, 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 blah. Picture shows them the price point, run the ad. Less leads, a little more expensive per lead, historically higher quality leads. Good. Adjust your smart plan to whatever your ad is. Can still be the same steps, just adjust what they say, right? All right. Here is another one that I love. We're still hacking our website here for this stuff, y'all, because it's got so much data on it that why the heck not? Why would you not do it? I'm going to go back to my home page. I'm going to search. This time I'll pick, I'm just going to pick the city of Winston-Salem. I may be biased. That's okay. I was only born and raised here. All right. So there are all the houses in Winston-Salem. Okay, that are listed. I can come over here to this more button, scroll down, and I can toggle on price reduced in the last 7 days. There's your ad. Recently reduced homes in Winston-Salem. Click here. Right? You could do the same thing. You could take a screenshot of how many homes were recently reduced. Make sure to mention, they tell you how much God, look at that one on Sussex. Sorry. Had a little heart palpitation there. That's pretty. $14,000 reduction. $36,000 reduction. Think that might get somebody to click on something? Even 5,000, right? So this is cool, a cool ad that you can run. 30,000, granted, it's 1.6 million, y'all. A girl can dream. I'm still in love with Blake's listing. That's that $1.6 million in Bent Tree Farm. It's beautiful. But there's so many, right? You could whittle this down even more. Take the price. I think luxury in this market is like 500, 450 and above, something to that effect. Whittle it down to 450 or more. Recently reduced luxury homes in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Right? So there's another great ad that you could run. Same steps, you know, I don't have to keep showing you guys the steps. Change the verbiage, change up your smart plan, recently reduced homes. Go ahead, honey.
So you would just copy the map right there and
Yep.
just say that it's reduced luxury or whatever?
Yep.
Okay.
And same thing, you take the URL from up here at the top. It's
Right.
going to bring them right back to this same search. Somebody asked me one time when I taught this, well, what if the ad's 10 days long and this is 7 days, but it's real time, right? The link's just always going to take them back to that search criteria Winston
I
said
asked you
reduced in the
that.
last 7 days. Right?
Yeah,
That's a
I
cool
asked you
one.
that. I wasn't sure what it was.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. So yeah, see, you gave me a talking point for a class, Angel. Thank you. There we go. So you can run that one. We could do, you could look up what's the average rent in 27106. Say it's $1,250 or $1,400, right? And then find out what purchase price gives you that mortgage on average. Okay. And then you could pull all the houses in that. Why rent when you can buy? Pay approximately $1,200 a month to own any of these homes, right? Then you could do a rent. Why rent when you can buy ad? So that's another idea. All of these are just using the data from our own websites. You could do the same thing. I was going to use my own neighborhood, but you saw how pretty the Buena Vista map looked. Wah, wah. We have one listing in my neighborhood. Or maybe it's gone. It was there earlier. No, there it is. We have one. That's right down the street from me. So probably not the best one to run the neighborhood for, right? But you could do the same thing. I mean, if somebody wanted to live in Louisville, instead of running it for a specific neighborhood, you could run it for Louisville, North Carolina. If you want to live in Louisville, close to the city, but you get to feel like you're in the country, right? Again, still a pretty high price point. If you wanted to add to it, let's see. I would say most of these Louisville houses are somewhere between 250. There's some of the big daddies, but say, I don't know, average 350 or so. So I'll pick on this 340K here. How much is Keller Mortgage going to save me on this? Take your sweet time. Don't mind us. $3,860. So you could say save on average $4,000 purchasing a new home in Louisville, North Carolina, right? So there's all kinds of stuff you can do. It's still all the same steps to run the ad. I still recommend running it for 25 bucks. I've seen people run ads for buyer, like they do first time home buyer seminars. Granted, you have to have the first time home buyer seminar in place and your content and stuff like that. And then they run ads for that. They said they've gotten some good quality leads. And, I think they said they had 12 to 20 people come, social distance, of course. And they did a buyer presentation, or I think they may have even done one on Zoom at one point. And like are working with those people to work on their credit and fix them up. And within 6 months, they're going to have 12 new buyers. Yes, please. That'd be great. Right? So you could do that. We're about 3 minutes early, but I'm going to open it up for questions, comments, ahas, concerns. What you got?
Could you do it to get people to sell?
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that would be good, I mean, it's still kind of the same. You're still kind of running the same ads. You could offer to do a free CMA for somebody. That's one that you could do to attract sellers. But one of the things that you can do is your targeting on these. You can target probably like home equity and for sale by owners maybe in your targeting. And when they see this, like if I saw that house that was in my neighborhood, let me see how comparable that is to my house. Well, if you didn't see Nick Baldwin's post, where's my command? But I had that second window open. This design that he shared, and I totally took it, and I'm about to paste it because I still do referrals. The average home price pre-pandemic in our country was $270,000. The average price point during the pandemic now is $340,000. It's a great time for you to sell, right? I'm pretty transparent. I got this house for $290,000 in 2015. My house is now worth $390,000 just because of the market. I wasn't selling though, I refinanced, but some people might want to sell and move into a different house. This is our forever house, and it's a multi-generational home that I could never have afforded alone. But thankfully I can afford it this way. But I'm saying that's huge information. Somebody might want to sell their house and get out all that equity. What if, what if I was 20 years older and my kids were already gone, and I'm thinking, why am I sitting here in this 3,500 square foot house by myself? If I saw this, I might be like, I'm selling this sucker. I'm taking that $100,000 and moving to the beach. Bye. Right? Post this stuff. Other people are making it for you. Literally, all I did was saved his picture and put our logo on it, and I'm going to publish it. Because then people might call me and say, how much is my house worth? Let me connect you with an agent, because I only do referrals. So, I mean, anything like that, right? And that's not even a paid ad. That's just a free social post. But any of these paid ads are going to attract people's attention. I mean, essentially what you're doing is disrupting their news feed, right? That's why the conversion rate's a little bit lower than like a Zillow lead, because Zillow, they specifically went there to look at a house. They clicked on it because they want to see it. Here, they're like, oh, there's my uncle, right? They're scrolling through. There's some stuff from my office. There's somebody's doggy, right? Those are my friends that have this company. They're awesome. They used to be at our KW, and then they opened that brand, right? So I'm scrolling. You want something to make somebody go, ooh, I want to look at that, right? I mean, that's the whole point. That's why the leads are a little bit different. And I see that ad all the time. Why? Because I shop there. I just bought my son some new baseball caps from there and t-shirts and stuff. So those ads populate because I'm targeted in that ad, because I buy that kind of stuff online all the time, right? So I show interest in that. So that's why it shows up here. And so I've had a lot of people say, well, I want to see my ad and share it. Well, you can't. If you're seeing your own ad, unless you're shopping for a house, you're doing something wrong. You shouldn't see your own ad, right? I'm seeing these ads because I actually just bought this light fixture. It's sitting over there on the ground waiting to get put up. But Google and Facebook are tracking everything that we do. So that's how it knows who to target, right?
Can
So
you
all
help
you
us
have
do
to
a real one when you get off of this? Do you have time to do that?
Do I have time to do a real one with you, you mean?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can just stay in here and hang out. You can share your screen with me. Everybody else can stay in here if they want to. Other than we'll need to stop the share when you put your credit card in.
They're not going to get far. It's okay.
And Monica, I'm gonna step out, but I can't get my Facebook connected. I click on connect and it just brings a little box up and then it goes right away. So we need to work on that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you connect? Now I will say, you have to connect. Let that say the top one first. You can't connect the ad one first.
Yeah, I went up there and did it, and I click connect and it brings a little dialog box up, but it goes away just as fast as it pops up. So I don't even know what it's doing.
Yeah, it should pop this up. Are you sure you don't have a pop-up blocker enabled?
Well, maybe I can look and see. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it is a pop-up blocker.
Because I have a ridiculous amount of business pages. Yours should only show the one, and then you would click
Yeah.
the checkbox, but,
Okay, I'll check that. If that doesn't work, I'll shoot you a email or a text.
and I'll help you.
Okay. Hey, thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Thank-
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording unless anybody has any further questions.
I'd
And
have
y'all
a
don't have to leave. Go ahead, Cody.
question. So when you have the Facebook ad and then someone clicks on it, you get notified, right? And then does it automatically go to the smart plan, or you put it
No.
in at that point at the?
It does not automatically go to the smart plan. But what you can do in the smart plan, let me get over there. Say I want to create the tag, not the smart plan, hold on. I'm gonna go into my settings real quick. So if you know that you're gonna run this ad, right? Say you're gonna do like the neighborhood.
Mhm.
You can go into your settings, command settings, contacts, tags, and I can create BV neighborhood Facebook ad tag, right?
Okay.
Because that's going to be that for that ad. That's going to be my tag. And I
Mhm.
might have one that's like, 27104 or 123 Main Street, whatever you're running. You're going to create the tag. Now it exists, right? So then when somebody comes in, and I'll have to just make a fake lead come in so you can see it. Won't be exactly the same because it's going to come in through Facebook, but just so you can see what it looks like, I will do Barney Rubble because I've already done Fred Flintstone.
Going through the whole cast.
Oh, I have, trust me, I've made so many fake ones of these that it's like ridiculous. I'll do KWRE. And I make the fake Gmails to go along with them sometimes so that I can practice with them. Accept, sign up. Cool, cool. All right, so now that that's done, in command, give it a second to catch up. Wish these kids would get out of school already, slowing down my internet. Just kidding, they can't help it. It'll ding in a second. It probably already dinged my phone, but I turned it down.
And that's through Kelly. It would ding on your phone.
Yeah, it would give you a push notification on your phone. And it'll show up in your, not that leads, that's the team leads. Oh, the leads widget is temporarily unavailable. That would be why. They must be working on it. So I was like, my leads are usually at the top. That's why. So up at the top, it would say you just got a new lead. Barney Rubble lead source would be my agent site, right? Because that's where I came in from.
But would you know through the KW ad, or would you know it's through the
It would come in through Kelly. It would ding you. Look, whoo, we got done with class just in time, y'all, because it looks like they're doing something in here. It would come into Kelly as a push notification. Let me see if I got that. They must just be doing something in here. Normally, your leads would pop in through Kelly. You would just get like the push notification where you drag down from your top of your phone, and you would get it in command, and it would show up on your home screen as a recent lead, right?
Mhm.
And so when you're actually doing it through, and that's from my website, when you're actually doing it from campaigns though, you'll get back here on your home screen of campaigns. I don't know why I keep clicking on opportunities instead of campaigns today. Under paid ads, it'll have like a list of all of the paid ads that you've done. and you'll have this button that says leads, and you'll be able to click that. It'll give you a list. You could select all and apply the tag.
Okay.
And once you would set that tag up first, and oh, good gravy, it's going to drive me nuts.
And then from there, add all the tags to the
You would actually, before you added the tag, you would have gone into your smart plan that you had already created and added the tag trigger. One kid just got done with school. All right, so you would add the tag trigger, BV, whatever I just made. I don't think it's like saving anything. Being crazy on me. It's been a really long time since I've had to deal with it being this crazy. What did I name it? BV. There. Buena Vista Neighborhood Facebook ad. Choose trigger. So now anytime somebody gets tagged with that, they're automatically going to get put on that Facebook plan. So if 15 leads came in, I could select them all from that campaigns window. I just did it again. I could select them all from here. Y'all, I've got to work on my patience. I've been trying. Come on, spinning wheel. So there we go. So you'd be under your paid ads. You'd be like, oh, cool, I got 15 leads off of this thing. You could click all the leads. Obviously, there aren't any here, but you would see the list, select all, tag them with that tag that you created, and the smart plan would start. And then you could move on with your day.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah. And anytime that you run an ad, I know that we get busy and we have to go out on the road and show property and blah, 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 blah. Make sure that you check morning, noon, and night at a minimum and just select everybody that came in, put them on the plan. If you hear it ding from your phone, don't go into Kelly. Go into agent.kw.com on your web browser. You can tag them with that tag from there as well, and it will start it. Good?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Monica.
You are so welcome.
Have a wonderful weekend.
I hope that you guys do.